Welcome to Math Meditation. In this video today, we're going to look at how we switch between fractions and decimals. But before we start, we're going to sit down and relax our body and mind. And we're going to do this by sit down with our feet flat on the floor and place our arms in a comfortable position. And we're going to straighten up our spine. You can imagine that there's a thread pulling from the top of our head, stretching up our spine. And we're going to imagine that our body is completely filled up with water. And we're going to open up little holes on our big toes that are going to allow the water to gradually flow out. And while the water is flowing out, we're going to take deep breaths. And we start by taking in a deep breath. And we let it go. And about this time, the water level has reached from the top of our head down to the eye level. And during the next out breath, the water level will reach our neck. And during the next out breath, the water level will reach our chest. And we allow any stress or frustration, anything that we don't need, just to flow out with the water. During the next out breath, the water level is going to reach our stomach. And during the next out breath, the water level is going to reach our hips. And during the next out breath, it will reach our knees. And during the next out breath, the water level is going to reach our ankles. And finally, during the last out breath, the rest of the water is going to slip out our big toes. Now, with a more relaxed mind and body, we turn to the fractions and the math. So first we're going to look at how we change the fraction 3/25 over to a decimal. So 3/25 is the same as 3 divided by 25. So if we do long division just to calculate exactly what that is, we have 25. We want to divide 3 by 25. So we have 3 and then the additional zeros, as many as we need. So 25 does not go into 3. So we get 0 in this place. Now 25 goes 1 times into 30. So we get 1 times 25. Leaving us with 50 here. Now 25 goes into 50 twice. So we get 2 times 25 is 50. And that's it. So we have found out that 3 divided by 25 is equal to 0.12. Now, a natural question to ask is, how do we go into the other direction? So starting with the decimal, how can we turn that into fraction? So let's just do that here on the other side. So now we start with 0.12. And we ask ourselves, how can we change this into a fraction? So first we notice that 0.12 is the same as 0.12 divided by 1. Now, dividing any number by 1 is not going to change it. So that's why this holds. Now, we can multiply this fraction, both the denominator and the numerator, by 100. Which leaves us with 12 divided by 100. Now we can simplify this fraction by noticing that both numbers are divisible by 2. So the numerator can be divided by 2 and the denominator. We need to make sure that we always do the same operation to the numerator and denominator. And actually we can only use multiplication or division. So this gives us 6 divided by 50. And we can take this further. So we can notice that both numbers are divisible by 2. So we divide by 2 again. And we get 3/25. Now this brings us back to the fraction that we started with. So now we know both how to go from the decimal to the fraction, and the other way around, from the fraction to the decimal. So in the next session we're going to look at a little bit more complicated fractions and decimals. So thank you for joining us for Math Meditation today, and I hope you'll join us again in the future. Thanks.